Hey, how's it going? 2:02, and I'm here. That's pretty good for me. That's really pretty good. I'm getting much better about being on time. So, no one's here yet. That's okay. So I'll just talk. Anyone watching the replay will hear this. So I'm tired today and just kind of fibro. I'm going into a fibro flare. Last night or yesterday afternoon, I was at my friend Jason Adams and his partner Jeremy's live sale. And I was doing a bunch of work, and my dad had been, just not quite right. And then at 5 o'clock, right, because there was another hour or so the sale of, I heard him calling the home health nurse. And so I went out there and and 2 new caregivers showed up an hour later to train. And right as they showed up, I was needing to call 911 and send my dad to the ER, to get stuff checked and fixed and determine, if he had a UTI, which he has a history of. He gets them every 2.5, 3 months. They can be life-threatening for him, and indeed he did. So that was a lot. It was a lot. So I'm just a little whatever, but I'm here. It's all good. I'll get through it. Karen chasing vintage, my lady. Hello. It's just you and me right now. That's okay. So that preamble said about my state of mind. Today is a mixture of, I'd say, about 10 household collectible vintage items first, most of which are at a very good price. And then I have maybe 18 pieces of jewelry over here. And I'm not going to do my vintage jewelry. And there's 1 or 2 antique pieces in the way that I do on my casual show and tell Fridays. I am going to hold it up. I'm going to tell you what it is, what decade I think it's from, and put out a price and move on. So it's going to be faster. And that's how Wednesdays are going to be for now. Okay. So I'm Lucinda, AKA Fantastic Finds. Welcome in, everyone. I've been reselling on YouTube for almost a year. Almost. I ship from the San Francisco Bay Area in California or Mendocino County, California, but usually San Francisco Bay Area. If you win an item tonight, shipping is not included. So always keep that in mind. I use pirate ship like everyone to get you, about a third off shipping. I do ship to Canada, but nowhere else. And I do build a box. So generally I hold a box for 2 weeks. This Friday, I'm doing a live casual show and tell jewelry sale with Dandy. So we are going to be together for about 4 hours, and that will be my last 2-week cutoff for any sales. Dandy, there she is. I just had to say your name, Dandy, Dandy, Dandy. Beetlejuice you. There you are. Dandy, I just sent you an email with all the links and everything. So you should have that ready to go. God, now I just lost my train of thought. So that's going to be my cognitive state today. I'll get through it. So after Friday, that's my 2-week end of the build a box. Build a box means that, I have live sales every Wednesday and Friday. And So I save and put all the items together in one box to do what? Save you on shipping and save me time on invoicing out one item. And then you're paying, the $4 shipping, when in fact you could have 4 or 5 items in there for the same price or just a tiny bit more. So it makes sense for both of us. So I'll be invoicing over this Labor Day weekend. And then I will hope to have those bills all paid and ship everything out Tuesday, because Tuesday, September 3rd, day after Labor Day, I'm going home to my homestead for 2 weeks. So if the invoice has not been paid, or for some reason I don't get to the box, I have about 15 or more down here already packed, except for the paper wrapping and sealed because I haven't invoiced yet. They will go up to Mendocino, and that means they will not be shipped till next week sometime. Okay? Everyone with me? Jason, I was just talking about you in my preamble, and I was saying I was at your sale and I was bidding away and researching this and sending out that and just having a blast. And then right in the last hour, my dad went into this urgent situation, and yeah, that was that. I had to go call 911, and he's fine. He's home. He's 87. He gets reoccurrent UTIs, but it was a whole thing. And then now today I'm exhausted, but I'm here. So I'm starting. Thank you everyone for being here. You know that this is my time. Fridays are my most special time, but I'm always so happy to be here. Jason Adams coming in. It's just like, thank you, Dandy, Karen. I got some of my main buds here, and Dandy, we're going to have so much fun playing together on Friday. Yes, we are. So, because I haven't completely transitioned into only jewelry, which will be happening. I know, Dandy. I know. I'm getting so many things from Jason, and I'm so excited. And Jason, I can't believe that I got the cream spinach bakelite bracelet. I was sure someone else would snipe that, and I even hesitated. Like, wow. Beautiful. We will be swinging from the rooftop, Danny says. We will. So since I haven't transitioned entirely to just jewelry, I'm going to do the thing of the household items first. There's like 10 of them. And that's, they're not terrible. They're not, pitiful. It's just that for me, jewelry was my first passion, and it just works better for me. It sparks my joy. So by the end of the year, beginning of 2025, that's almost all I'll do, with occasional little items thrown in, like the carved Pegasus back there, or maybe a Fenton, oil and vinegar, or the, Italian decanter with the little amber roly-polies, things like that. But not a lot, just those really special little things. Okay. I think I said, I haven't. See, because my brain is squishy. My brain is squishy. If you bid on an item and you win today, and I don't know you haven't bought from me yet, we're not friends yet, I need you to email me during the sale with my email down here, and give me your YouTube name, your real name, shipping address with zip code, so I know how to invoice shipping correctly, and your PayPal email address, because often it's different. Okay. And if I don't receive that email by the end of the sale, then that item goes back up available at the next sale. That's just how I roll. Okay. So Mary's watching. Oh, Mary, you're such a doll. You're a doll. I love the way you know your jewelry. Obviously, Jason got his love, for all of that, his passion from his parents, or he transferred it to you, or both. I just love it when I watch you guys sort together. It's kind of magical. It's just like a really special moment to watch that. So thank you. I hope that I do everyone justice. Now I'm nervous. Thank you, Jason. He's 87, and it's just a thing. I've been here for 3 years. My mom died 2 years ago. It's just a thing. So there you are. Okay, so we're gonna start this out. I'm my mod, and so like I said, my brain is squishy. so let's just do the thing. This is starting bid for choice of $7. And, it's one of those things either you like or you have no interest in it at all. And I'm cool. I'm cool with that. A lot of people love these. So I have 3, and they are the Liberty Bell with different. This one is the Liberty Bell. Oh, Lord. It looks like copper, the Providence of Pennsylvania, yada, yada, yada. It looks like copper. It has all the right things to do with copper. But, I hesitate to say that it's solid copper, but it could be. And why do I hesitate? And that's on all 3 of them. Why do I hesitate to say that? Because it doesn't have a really strong copper smell. So I feel like it may be copper plated. So that's the first one. And they're itsy bitsy, I'll measure this one and then you can just get an idea from there, because I'm going to move a little faster today than I do on Fridays. 2.5 inches tall. That's the first one. I like this one. It has a really nice sound. It's from, and this one seems more all copper. This one is Washington, the Evergreen State. It's really sweet. And I want you, if you can hear the bell. That one's nice. This one I really like. So, and I could see ding, ding, ding if I had someone to ding, ding to, but I don't. And then this is a smaller, like 1.5 inch version of the Liberty Bell. And does it have anything written in that plaque? No, it does not. The other one has writing. So those are the 3 choices for the little copper bells. They're just a little thing. And this big one has a copyright of Fort, F-O-R-T, and they are vintage. But, I don't know lots and lots about them. Hello, Kathy. How's it going, sweetheart? I haven't seen you in my chat for a while. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. So we're going to move on from that. And this next item is something that resonates a lot with me because I took classes there as a teenager. And I had some gorgeous stained glass that I made. And over, 50 years, they've gotten lost. And my mom had them. Maybe they're hiding in a house somewhere. I don't know. I wish I could find them. So these were made at a place in Berkeley called the Stained Glass Garden. The other set that I have, there's only 3 instead of 4. They have the original sticker, and I know from that original sticker, I found these together, that these are vintage. And they're just fun. They're just nice. If you like red glass, this is like... So what this looks like to me, okay, is little tiny rock chips. inside the pressed glass. And there are 4 of them. They're nice and thick. They're very nice coasters. Coasters, you know, have gone out of style, and it's really too bad. Beautiful red glass. I mean, they're all essentially the same. Of course, the rock is just a little bit different. And you get all 4 for $20. And yeah, I had you love stained glass, Kathy? I enjoyed my classes so much, and I had such fabulous pieces. I hope I find them. They are 3.5 inches in diameter, so they're a really good size. You could fit your very large drink glass on here, or milk with your Oreos on the side. So, and I don't do recaps, y'all. So anyone who comes in late or is thinking about it, drop it in the chat later. Drop it in the chat later. Yeah, Jason. Jason, you're kind. I think we all try to be kind here. And I think that's a part of what's so magical about this community is that we all really just share our love of vintage, and we share our joy of being with each other, and we bring that joy, and therefore it springs compassion and love and kindness in all of us, the majority of us, to one another. And I have never found that except in one other community in my entire life. It's just so unique. So grateful to have found it. Okay, so moving on. This is a starting bid, and I'm bringing, everything at Move It prices, y'all. Move It prices. I love this little guy. I think, I don't know my stones very well, and I looked into a Presidium, I think is what it's called, but it's like $300. I don't have that right now. Hopefully next month. I think it's lapis oh boy, lapis, that's I can't get the rest of it out. This is very, okay, it's either very crude or it's been around a long time because it's very smooth. It's this tiny little kitty cat. This tiny little lapis oh Lord. You guys, type in the name I'm trying to say. We all know what it is, but my brain from my dad going to the ER last night, it just and the stress of that, 2 new caregivers showing up right as I'm calling an ambulance to be trained. I mean, my brain is like just offline. Lapis that's what I think it is. So here's a little kitty, and look at him. He's a tiny little critter. And that's what I think he is. Okay, but again, remember, I don't know my stones, but I'm pretty sure that's the word. Lazuli. See, Jason, takes a village, especially with me. So him is just a little guy. But I've had several of these. A few have sold and others have not. And I bring them a couple times, and if they don't sell, I keep them and I put them on my little shelf, and I just love them. And he's a little over an inch long, and I just love on them. And they're like a fidgety thing for me because, I have my stuff. I have my anxiety. I need my fidgety things. And the way this guy is so solid, the way he's carved, and then the way he's so smooth makes me feel like he hung out in someone's pocket as a fidgety. So he's 1 1/4 inch by 1 1/4 inch. Or she. I think it's a good job. Little kitty. Meow. Thank you, Jason. It's just nice to have you and your mama Mary and my friend Karen, Danny, Kathy. All y'all are in here watching me. Thank you. Okay. See, I'm going to go through this fast. I don't do recaps. So if you come in late or if you're watching later, email me. If you come in late, you need to go up to your little wheel and choose speed settings and do 2.0. So I'm sound like a chipmunk and see an item, put the name in the chat of the item, and I'll bring it back up. If you're watching on the replay, then you just email me. Okay, this is, to me, exquisite. It's just that I have several, and it's just me and my dog and my cat. Now, I suppose I could make this into a dog food bowl. I could get real bougie. So I'll show you the bottom. It's Jeanette glass, if I remember correctly. 3-footed depression glass. I'm getting that weird thing where the camera's focusing on too many things. I'm sorry for that little flashback. So that's the bottom. I paid more than this for it. It was a couple of years ago. It has, I think it's called the ballerina style. Let me see. And you see the ringlet of what I call like lacy ribbon. I don't know the exact name, but I think it, or cameo. Maybe this is a cameo. It's either ballerina or cameo. You know, there's so much depression glass out there with so many different patterns. It's a whole thing. I'm actually selling a book today about identifying depression glass, but one book couldn't possibly cover everything about these because, I mean, there was so much and there's still so much. Oh, Dandy, thank you. Okay, and this glows. This is a glower. The entire thing glows everywhere. It's beautiful. I mean, see what a fancy dog food bowl that would be. Oh, and my dog is so weird. He won't eat out of a bowl. I have to put his food on like a clear plastic placemat on the floor. Yes, I do. Oh, I love my dog, but he's a nut. Okay, so it is a beautiful bowl. I'll give you the dimensions. $28. I paid more than that. I think you would still pay more than that, especially because it's such a stunning glower. Look up Jeanette glass. Take a screenshot of the pattern if you need to. 7. It is a little over 10 inches in diameter, and it is 3.5 inches tall. And oh, this could be very important. It could be very important. The inside where you can actually put your snacks or your serving or your rolls, or because it's a glower, if you want to do a black light display, you could put like your little frozen Charlottes or other little items like Vaseline glass. So it would glow a different color inside of it. Y'all remember when I had the beautiful lead crystal blown glass from the 1870s from England? I forgot the name of the company now, but that would have been beautiful inside of this. So the inside dimension is about 7.5. 7.5. And here you go if you want to screenshot it. Too much light behind me as usual. I can never get my light just right. I'm going to start getting real picky about that real soon. But here is the lace. That always helps. Okay. Moving along. I know a lot of people nowadays just come only for the jewelry. And I don't blame you. But I do have some wonderful household vintage and kitchen antique items that, you know, I'd love to move. So this one is a starting bid as long as we're talking about depression glass. Thank you again, Dandy. Thank you. Mary, I hope you're enjoying my household items. And my brain isn't too squishy today, and I'm not too entirely embarrassing at the moment. So this is $13. And I've had so many of these books over the years because, yes, I collect vintage jewelry and I've sold it for a long time, but I've also collected depression glass. I've collected ephemera. I have an ephemera collection. I mean, I have Occupied Japan. I love Occupied Japan. So this is written by a Jean Florence. Have no idea what that means. If that means it's great, it's the revised 8th edition. Let's see. It cost $20 originally in 1988. 1988. And, it's filled with all that good stuff. Look, there's what is that? Hold on. Isn't that my Fiesta wear? It's not. Hold on. Sailboat Little Hosted Party Hazel Atlas. Oh, it's Hazel Atlas. Pre-Fiesta wear. Boy, oh boy. Look at that. So close to Fiesta wear. They reintroduced Fiesta wear in the late 90s, early 2000s. And there was some kind of coupons that I and my then husband, we collected, and we had so much Fiesta wear from the 2000s. So sans the whatever it is, radiation, but we had so much. Oh, look at this. Here's a beautiful thing, and in here is a note. Someone clearly had these in this beautiful pattern. The red glass. I love red glass. I love red glass. And Fiesta wear is not a glass, so of course it's not in here. There's a lot of Hazel Atlas. I'm going to bring some red glass today, hoping someone might be interested. Oh, look at the strawberry and cherry berry. So it's just a really fun book, $13. It will go media mail. There you go. I don't need it because that's a big relearning curve at my age if I started trying to sell depression glass. And unfortunately, some people out there really love their depression glass, especially if it glows like the piece I just showed. But it's kind of really gone out of vogue. And, everything comes back around. Everything comes back around. But this girl is just a little too old to input too much specialized information. Not right now, anyway. Not right now. Maybe later. Now, so this is, there we go. This is choice. And anyone who knows me will know that I'm moving fast today. I am moving fast. That's because my brain is squishy. So this is choice. These are vintage scarves. I think that 2 of them are absolutely divine. And if I was not bringing household items and just bringing another couple items, scarves is one of the items I regularly try to bring. These, I used to wear scarves as a little hippie girl all the time. Up here around my bun, around my neck, as a halter top tied in a knot in the back. You name it. Okay. So this is so pretty. And, one of the ways these are vintage is because of that hand-rolled, hand-sewn edge. It's a beautiful orange. over here. Chip, Kathy, you remember those days? Do you remember the days of crocheted bikinis? So inappropriate. What was I doing at 14 years old wearing a crocheted bikini that had little tiny holes in all the wrong places? Nobody knows. It was the 70s in Berkeley. What can I say? Oh my gosh. So it's just very simple, kind of a little fleur-de-lis, and almost looks like, you know, a little tiny blue butterfly, if you want it to imagine that, right? There is no tag. There is no tag. Someone, you know, I never kept the tags on these. I cut them off. I will measure it if you like. It does have, this one has right there where the fold over is coming undone. And it has a couple places with a tiny bit of cloth loss. I would say this is a very thin rayon and possibly a cotton. It's right on that edge of like the late 60s, early 70s, possibly 50s. So let me try to tell you this one. Let me try. I'm doing my best, y'all. Did she? Kathy, that's hilarious. 14, that's hilarious. 21 plus 3. So it's 2 feet by 2 feet. 2 feet by 2 feet. So it's a good size, just under a coat, or as a scarf. Okay, that's number 1. And the second one has a tag, and all I can make out on it is that it was made in Japan, hand washed separately, but I don't know the material at all. At all. It is definitely a chiffon, and it is just white with these flowers. Just white. I mean, I say that just white, but it's really nice. And I would say this one is about the same size, 2 feet by 2 feet. It has the hand rolled over edge right here. And it's nice. It's, I don't, you know, and this is a thing. Scarves are not as much in fashion as they used to be either, unless it's like a long one under your coat in the winter. But, you know, the whole thing of wearing them around your neck or wearing them, let's do it right, around your ponytail, which is actually a lovely fashion, is just not as in style anymore. And I wish it would come back, because even my hair up in a bun with this tied in the back just instantly uplifts the whole outfit. Outfit? No. Outfit. Now I'm ready to go out. Outfit. When I talk fast, it's really interesting what comes out of my mouth. Luckily, it's nothing rude. And this is the last one. And this is my personal favorite. Very 70s. And okay, this is bright orange. This is bright orange. And it's being washed out by the camera. It is a like mauve lemon and bright orange. See if I move my ring light. That helps a little, but not enough. So just trust me, it's Halloween orange. Halloween orange. Sometimes when I do jewelry, if I go like this, So there you go. Under my fingers right there, you see the orange. That's the color. It's orange. Hand rolled seam. No tag. Just a totally Peter Max style design. And it is about 2.5 by 2. It's a little bit longer. And this one has no tatters, no holes, no part where the rollover is problematic. This is a nice one. It's my favorite. Deb's Main Cut. Cameo Ballerina. There you go. I was like, cameo, ballerina, cameo. Thank you, Deb. Nice to meet you. And thank you for putting that in the chat. I always encourage, and so I'll say that to everyone again right now. I always encourage my chat to please drop in your knowledge, because not only do I learn or I remember correctly, but everyone learns from that. So Deb, I really appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Okay, moving along. Yeah, and you have 2 china cabinets full of it. And doesn't it glow so beautifully? It's amazing. And if I was going to collect a set of depression glass, I would collect that pattern. And Deb, it is made by Jeanette, right? Do I have that part right? It's one of those things I'm probably going to wind up keeping. Okay, this, thank you again, Deb, is a starting bid of 20 for the set. 20 for the set. I was really fortunate in getting 2 sets of these for 1 monies. And so I do what I do. I keep one and I sell the other. I know a little bit about glass. I think this is European made. I don't think it's Italian. I could be totally wrong. But there is a Swedish glassmaker that friends of mine, the Traveling Button, David and Sarah Coleman, who are live on Wednesdays and Sundays, bring quite often. And it has all that reminiscent. It is a smoky black gray in the head part, almost like a midnight blue, with this beautiful pinched tail, a clear little body, his little beak. Let me show you. Let me try to show you right there. Nice polished bottom. This is a really nice. So that's Mama. That's Mama. And Mama, and they stand up. She's probably going to be about 2.5 inches long, maybe 3, and maybe 2 inches tall. And then here is her little baby. I'm afraid to balance it like this. Here's her little baby. Same details. It's just a little, there you go. There's the face. Tail, teeny tiny wings that bump out. Same nice polished bottom. $20 for the set. So I will measure Mama. The baby is, it's a baby. Look at it. I doubt it's even an inch tall. It's a bitsy little baby, just came out of its egg. Have you ever found eggs when you're walking in the wild? I find them up on my homestead several times a year of the little bird's egg, just the half where the bird, just hatched the day before. And I keep them. It's so cute. The bird is 3.5 inches long. Mama's 3.5 inches long and 2.25 inches tall. It's anchor hawking. Okay. Thank you very much, Deb. Thank you. I do appreciate that. And then here, you can just see the detail where they pulled, and this is where they pinched off the glass. So $20 for the pair. And I'm just about to get to jewelry, which probably most people now come for jewelry, which is fine. And I'm going to go through my jewelry fast today. I'm just going to pull up and say a little bit about it, what decade I think it's from, and a price. Okay. So thank you for bearing with me. Okay. So this is a set, y'all. This is a set. Good Lord. I really want them. If these do not sell, oh, I just got a ringing in my ears. If these do not sell today, so last time I'm bringing them, and then I'm going to replace the modern glasses I have with these because, so I'll show you. These are beautiful red glass, Cape Cod. They're fantastic tumblers. They are molded. They are not blown. And yes, they are Avon. As far as I remember, these are Avon. And that seems to be a big deterrent from anyone wanting to have these gorgeous red tumblers. I have 7. There's 7 in the set for $40. That is less than I paid for them. But I want them to go to a good home. And like I said, they don't sell today. They're going to my home because they're nice, heavy duty. They're not going to chip easily. They've been around since the 60s. They're in perfect condition. And they were used, and they knocked into things, but there's no chips, no cracks, no nothing. Here's the bottom. Solid, really nice, beautiful red glass. Avon. Avon did a lot of things. People seem to have a problem with Avon. I don't. Avon made a lot of really beautiful things for a low price for so many other companies and designers. And they did a good job of it. Now, some of their stuff is cheesy and cheap, but some of it is not. And these would be one of them in my opinion. So they're just a smooch over 7 inches tall. Just a smooch. Well, Picasso. See? Someone agrees with me. Thank you. I have this praying hands dish of Avon that is just beautiful. Made in Mexico. Just gorgeous. And, no one wants it. I don't get it. If you want it, let me know. And they're 3 inches across. Okay, a little over 7, 3 inches across. And there's 7 of them for $40. I paid, I will tell you, I paid $6 a piece at a thrift store. And they each weigh about, I don't know, a quarter pound. They're very solid, very nice. Yeah, me too, because the quality is so good, right, Kathy? And in fact, when I picked these up, I got them because I love red. I love red and blue glass. I have so many of the old red check and a blue, I forgot. the antique beads that I used to go in the store called Laces in Berkeley and buy were very, very expensive back then. I mean, like, each bead was like $7 or something. I mean, really expensive. And so I've been in love with red and blue glass since I was in my 20s. So I gravitate toward this. And when I researched them and I found that they were Avon, I was like, get out of here. Really? So 7 of them. No scratches, no anything. No anything. And just because we're talking about it, see, here's the praying hands with the bow and like the floral kind of, that ring light is too bright. The little flower, kind of like a rosary, and they're just cupped like this. It's a raised up soap dish, but then now I need the ring light back. It's Avon, but it's just beautiful piece, right? And I've been offering this for like $10. Nobody wants it. So, it's okay. It's okay. You just never know people's taste. You never know. You just never know. So, we do what we do. Okay. This is my last, what you might call household item, except this has nothing to do with being a household item other than what we played with as a kid or our parents played with as a kid. Yeah, there you go, Kathy. So this starting bid choice 22. I have two of them. And after these two sets, I probably have what? Another 5, maybe 6, maybe. Vintage marbles. There's about 20, I believe it's 25 in each bag. And I can take out and individually show. A lot of these glow. I have a friend who's been collecting and finding these marbles in the dirt, in the basement, up in the rafters, in attics for his whole life. And he decided to upgrade his vintage marble collection and gave me a really good deal on all the ones he decided he didn't want anymore. So I will take some out if anyone is interested in these marbles and show you. I'll take a few out. And so, there's the slag glasses. Maritza, hello, Maritza. Thank you for popping in. I'm just about to get to the jewelry. If you're interested in any of my kind of clearance, want to move it household items I just brought, you can do the little chipmunk fast forward wheel in the speed settings and take a look and put it in the chat and let me know, because I don't do recaps. It's just I haven't found it to really make a big difference on my channel, so I don't want to spend my time. So this is hard. I need those praying hands back over here. So I'm going to show you in one bag so you can get an idea. Here's just the oh, I always do this. Here's like a blue sky slag. Here's this one. This one's really interesting. marbles are hard to show. To me, they're like miniature paperweights, and they're tricksy to show. So what I like about marbles is they have you can just pick them up and play with them all day long. And then there's ones like this. Did I already show this one? It's hard to tell. Here's an orange one. So they're all different colors: blues, greens, oranges, whites. And a lot of the ones with the white glow. However, when I have tried to show that live, it doesn't show. Bye, Kathy. I hope you have a wonderful week. It just doesn't show. I don't know why. Look at these gorgeous green ones. There's a light green and a dark green. And so these are from pre-60s for the most part. The slag glass. What started happening very prevalently in the 60s. Let me see. And this one, hold on. I'm going to show you an example of that in a minute, but I don't want to get the bags mixed up because I tried to be fair and so this one here is an older shooter with like little frits in it. Teeny tiny orange. This one as well. And so you all may or may not remember, and I'm dating myself, but that's okay. I'm 63 and I'm fabulous. And that's okay. But what started happening, each one of these bags has, I think, one, maybe two of these. The Aggies, do you remember going into the old dime stores, the Woolworths, the Crest, the you name it. There were so many of these places. And you would buy in the mesh bag with the paper hang tag hanging on a hook for like 10 cents, your little bag of Aggie marbles that then you took to school and you played with, right? So those became increasingly popular, like this, with like the cat's eyes in them. And they stopped doing the slag glass. Yeah. So there are those. Choice 25. If you look up vintage marbles, you will see that they are going for a lot right now. They are very popular, very collectible. And like I say, to me, they're like little miniature paperweights that you just pick up and you fiddle with and you look at, and you see something different every time. So if you change your mind, you can drop it in the chat, or you know where to email me, right? Okay, y'all. I'm going to take a sip of my herbal black tea and strawberry something. And then now I'm going to do some jewelry, and I'm not going to do it again like I do on Casual Show and Tell Fridays. And remember, please, to join me and Dandy's Wild Treasures, Jewelry and Treasures. Dandy's Wild Jewelry and Treasures. It's on my StreamYard link, upcoming this Friday. She is so wonderful, and I feel blessed to have met her, and we have so much fun together. And between the two of us, we'll make you laugh, and we bring just an outstanding collection of something for everyone. It's a blast. All our friends join us. It's a good time. Okay. So the first little thing I'm going to bring is something I love. I think, now I could be entirely wrong, Okay. I remember seeing people wearing these when I was a kid. Okay. Very hippie chic. But I also remember them kind of making a resurgence in the 80s. But this one has a look of older to me. I have not researched it. I love it. It is the only issue I would say about it is that it's short. It is the baked. Let's just be clear about this. Yeah. It is not cloisonné. Well, okay. It's in a cloisonné style. Could it be called cloisonné like over here on the red on the sides with that? I guess. But this is not a typical, like cloisonné to me. It is something a little bit different. It's got the rhinestones. It's got this coming up to help the formation of this kind of flower, if you will. It's got these red designs over here. It is gold tone. Then it's got the drop of these older, I believe these are little tiny faux pearls. I do not believe they're new, with the tiny little seed beads, the very fine wire. Now, this bottom part, based on the construction, I'll show you the back in a minute, and these little tiny beads, those are older seed beads. And so that, more than anything with the construction, is making me feel that it's older than the 80s. All right. I really, seriously, for all I know. And then here's the back. Look at the design on the back. And it is shiny. It is lighter weight, so it's hollow. It almost gives me a vibe of being Victorian, like right after the 1920s, right after the long went out of style and the short came in. It just has that vibe. And these are not plastic stones, but real rhinestones. And then the construction of this necklace with, again, these seed beads, I know. And okay, here's the problem. You kind of have to know jewelry and pick it up a lot and be versed in it to just know that the seed beads are older. These are so tiny. Let me show you. Look how tiny they are. Look at that. Tiny. Tiny. There's 4 strands of these green beads. They're older. Now, down here on the bottom with this silver tone beads, those don't feel as old to me, okay? And I take it back. This is silver, not gold tone. It's all silver. But these feel newer to me. The silver, the big round spacer beads, they feel newer. So, and then there's a gold barrel clasp. So is it possible that this was longer at one point, or that this was on something else and someone made this little choker with this barrel clasp? Yes, it's all possible. I am going to show you, and then I'm going to give you a price. It's just gorgeous. And I I have a feeling about it. I really have a feeling about it, but I can't be definitive because I haven't done my research and, I'm still learning. So let's go over here. It hits right at my collarbone. And the lighting is terrible to show it up, but it hits right at my collarbone. So it's not choking me, but it's small. And I would start this at $20. And I'm not going to put that in. I'm going to write it down. But I would start it at $20. It's just a beautiful, dainty little thing. And it's not a repop. I think it's older. But that's just my 80% knowledge going on. Okay. And is any of this sterling silver? It's vaguely possible that the wiring on here is sterling silver. Just, I'll let you try to look at it. But the spacer beads, no. But I could not tell you definitively. And when I show you like this, it looks gold. So it starts at 20. The back helps more. See the metal? It's not cheap metal. Now, it is hollow. So there's not like lots and lots of grams or any of that type of thing. If anyone knows anything about this, please let me know. Please let me know because I love it. It's a little too small for my taste, but I love it, and I would love to know more about it. So if anyone knows, please tell me. It is 7 1/4 inches long, so it's a little over 14 inches around, and the beautiful drop is almost 1.5 inches. So that makes it a total of 16 1/2. Oh, can I drop the link where I will be Friday? I can try. So I'm going to write that this, hold on, Deb. Hold on. I would have to go, hold on. Drop, started at 20. And thank you for asking, Deb. Should be a lot of people there. Should be a lot of fun. So, Deb, thank you for asking me. It is in my, if you go to my channel on YouTube, it is listed as upcoming. So that would probably be the easiest way to find it. But I will try this. Hold on. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with me. I appreciate it. I just want to get her. I have to do this in a whole long, convoluted way. I can't do it straight through StreamYard. I have to I have to do it this way. I have to come into my live this way. There you go, and drop it. Okay. Okay. There you go. That's it. That's it. And it is in my channel description on my next upcoming video. Okay. So moving on. This is a very old sterling silver. I think it's red coral. Just 3 pieces of a bracelet. I actually have been really curious if it's potentially Navajo. I don't know, but I do know that it's old. I am sad that the whole thing isn't here, but it can be worn as a pendant. And I am going to start this because it's only that this is stone. This is not plastic nor wood. I'll show you the back so you can see why I believe what I believe. Here's the hook closure that's been pushed down here so it can just be worn as a pendant. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm starting this at $16. Now, the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is this. Look at the beaten silver. Look at the construction and the connectors and the soldering. This was a gorgeous, probably 6 or 7 part bracelet. I guess it broke. Maybe they lost the other part, but it makes a wonderful pendant. It's beautiful workmanship. Anyone who works with jewelry. This is older, I believe, red coral or not carnelian. I think it's red coral. Really nice. Each piece is totally different. And you would just put it on a pendant and StreamYard. I can't look or I'm backwards. StreamYard, knock it up. There you go. And I have, so it would just, you could like this, but let me do something. Hi, Patsy. How's it going? I have these inexpensive, sterling silver chains, but they wouldn't do this justice. So that's why I didn't do that. But look at that. It's just gorgeous. You could make it just about, my shirt is long and baggy and oversized, comfortable. So I would put it just about here where it's just reaching the top of the dainties. And then it's on a chain. Or, you could bring it up like that. Or you could do it on a long drop. Totally up to you. Okay. So I see Patsy. Hi, Patsy. In at 16. And I'm going to go ahead and do fair warning. If anyone else is interested, you need to come in at 17 or higher. Okay, last call. It's going down. I'm going to put this aside since I took it off. Where am I going to put it on my table? Okay. That's it, y'all. Now, this is where if I can spell, it helps enormously. And I'm still not spelling very well, but we know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Patsy. Thank you, Patsy. I think I know your taste. I'd love to know what you wind up doing with it. If you ever want to drop me a line and let me know what you're going to do with it. If you put it on a necklace or if you have other pieces and you're going to wind up like constructing a new bracelet or, I'd love to know. So I've been wearing this. I just took it off. Let's throw it up. This is bone. This is carved bone. I love it. It actually, to my surprise, is because I usually wear colors. I don't wear whites or just creams or browns. I'm more, look at me, look at my nails. Okay. I'm just more all over the place. So, but I love this. And it's really, pretty on. It fits exactly correctly. It's all carved bone. It's all carved bone. These pieces move. They make a beautiful sound. Let's see if we can hear it. Not really. Kind of like almost like glass would sound. Each piece is carved and unique. It's just silver tone spacers with this bib beads for these. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strands of the tiny carved bone beads. And then it's got 1, 2, 3 of the long kind of oval rectangle, 2 of the actual ovals, 3 of the actual ovals, and then the drop. And it comes down to, on me, I just had it on, it comes down to a little below the beginning of the dainties. So it's a really nice size. It does have a clasp. You can see where it was strung on string, so it is older. The clasp is older. I'm not too worried that the string is going to come undone anytime too soon, or the cord. Here's the cord. But if you're going to wear it a lot, I would restring the top part. So I would cut it in like up here, so there's enough to reattach, and then just restring right here if you're going to wear it a lot. Otherwise, don't worry, it's not coming apart like in the next minute or two. Okay, this is going to start. I really like this piece. This is going to start at 23, and I'll give you a length. Mary, if you're still here, you're a doll. One day, Mary, I would like to hear Jason and Mary and your dad. I would like to hear if Mary, if you started the love of collecting and beautiful baubles and treasures in Jason because you were in the business, or if Jason came by that naturally and then he brought you into it. I'm just curious. I'd love to hear that in a live someday. So it is about, now this is not right. Let me do it again. I am. I'm always curious how people come by their business. So it is 14 inches on both sides, 14-inch drop, 28 inches around. And it has the 5 pieces in the middle here. Okay, so I'm going to put that down, and I will probably continue to wear this until someone buys it because I adore it. And you know, some vintage, when it's on string, has a little bit, you know, of looseness, but that's okay. It's similar to some porcelain or glass pieces that we might buy, and there's a tiny chip somewhere, but the piece is so lovely and the chip is kind of on the back or on the bottom. You know, we just don't care. We just move on with our life. Okay, this is antique. I've shown it a few times. It's in its original box, crements. Beautiful. And by antique, I mean like late 30s, possibly early 20s. The box has still a really good spring, tight opening. There is, so this pin is in here. There is another something right here. So that leads me to wonder if maybe this originally came with the gold pin and a ring, or 2 pins, to be like a bigger one and a smaller pin, but the pin is just pinned in here. So that's a mystery. Okay. I don't know the answer. This is a tiny, dainty little pin. We've talked about it before. I'm going to take it out, and it's gold, but now it's not marked anywhere on here, but Crimmets made their stuff in, oh, there is a marking on the pin, in with, oh boy, I'll never be able to read that, not in a million years. I'm sure it says Crimmets. It's gold, but it's probably like 10K, right? And it's so tiny that it's just, it's just not something I can get into. Do you see on the clasp that is not discoloration? I am getting the loops like so many of my friends have, where I can hold it up and you'll be able to see the magnification. I just ordered them today. I've been talking about it. I went on a whole big ramping up my jewelry thing in the last couple of weeks, investing a lot in this. And that's one of the things that's absolutely necessary. So right on the pin, is writing. If you have a good jewelry loop, you can feel it. It's raised. It probably says Crimmets, but it might also say something about the gold. I'm not sure. So here is the teeny tiny, I think they're Australian rhinestones. Hold on. With 1 gold leaf. And those are supposed to be 2 flowers. It's wrapped right there. And then it has the 2 flower pieces. And then the clasp. Let me do the clasp up to show you all. So the clasp goes in. I think Crimmets might have been, let me make sure that I'm saying, that I'm doing and saying this correctly. Yes. I think Crimmets might have been French construction. But I'm not sure. I only say that because this pin goes in on the top. Do y'all see that? I've been listening to Jason, but the pin style he was talking about was a little bit different. So there's the opening. It doesn't go in on this side. It's not a rollover. It goes in right there. And then I have to look at what I'm doing. And then it closes right there. So it's tiny. Tiny. And I will start this at $19. It's barely an inch. $19. And did I? Oh, no, I started at 23. No. Oh, no. Wait. It's Patsy. Hold on. There's my squishy brain. Patsy. I do eventually look at the chat. Okay. Patsy, you are interested in the bow necklace, so I don't get to wear it anymore. And that's fine. I've worn it for a little while, and now I'll pass it on to Patsy. So you know what? I'm just going to say sold. Nobody else popped that in. Sold to my buddy Patsy for 23. Look at how I'm spelling your name. You should see. Good Lord. Long night. Emergency rooms are just the whole thing. It's just stressful and exhausting. Thank you, Patsy. I love it that you love that as much as me. And when I picked it up, I was like, well, someone will like this. It's all bone. It's older, it's vintage, it's great, but it's not for me. And then one day I was showing the jewelry and I put it on and I was like, now wait a minute. I actually really like this. So go figure. Thank you, Patsy. Okay. So this was 19. Just this tiny. And if you look up Crements, and let me show you how to spell it, you will find this pen. And you will see that what I'm asking is reasonable. I love the fact that there's a box. I don't think it's the original box, but there is a box. And that's unusual. It's 1¼ inches long. Yeah, just teeny tiny, beautiful gold little pin. Boop, boop. Okay, let me put it back in its box. And because I don't, I put things just down on this second shelf and then I put it away into storage boxes, all sorted and everything. But I don't leave things out of their box or their bag ever because, I don't want it to all of a sudden break or get tarnished or get tangled. And, everything 90% of what I buy, I like, I love, I have an affinity for. So I take care of it. Okay, so it's in its box and in its bag. All right. So no, Patsy, I promise I will always see you, but because I don't have a mod on Wednesday, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. I have friends that come in and are just so lovely and help me, and I never ask. But when it's just me, sometimes it takes a minute. So, if you're really not getting my attention, say, hello, I'm here, and I'll get to you. Okay. And thank you ever so much. So, I'm going to do this again. I bought this. So Wednesdays is a day when I bring some, mid-range and a little bit of the more funky, offbeat kind of lower, if you will, mixed in with my stuff. And that's just for now until all I bring is jewelry in 2025. So this starting bid of, go with 18. This is something I wore. This is something that became popular in the 60s and was raging in the 70s during the disco movement. And I think came back around for just a hot minute in the 90s. But this is not, I believe this to be 70s. It's a belt. Hold on. It's a belt. What is it? That's the hook. It's so, my hips and my waist are a lot wider now. I'm not that, my measurements when I was a teenager and into my 20s before I had my kid were brick house, literally 36, 24, 36. So I rocked stuff like this all day long at every kind of dancing you can imagine, because all I did was dance. I danced the night away 5 nights out of 7. Starting from the time I was about 15, 16 years old, and with 5-inch heels until I got so tired of them, I just kicked them off. You couldn't get me off the dance floor till it closed. And even then I was reluctant to go home. But I can no longer wear such a thing, but someone can, and or just covet it. So it is gold tone. Here's the hook. Very long belt. There is no maker that I see. The hook is copper. The rest is gold tone. And it is just this more simple bindings in between the gold tone loops. That's what makes me think late 70s. And I love it. It goes on and on and on. I mean, I'm going to have to measure it. God, I loved these things. If anyone else is with me, you know what I'm talking about. And then there is, you could do one of two things. You could let that be the dangle down and you're closing it up here, or you could go all the way to the end. But usually there was like about that much that dangled, right? And you put it through your jeans loop or just right over your shirt, you know, so much fun. This, I had, when I saw this, I had to pick it up because I was there. I was wearing it. So how long is it? Oh, my Lord. You guys. Now I'm working on this one. This is taking some work because I learned to not do a whole lot of prep before my sales because that takes a lot. When I want to, I research things during the week. I research things as I pick them up. And then I remember, but I don't list everything out and pre-measure it and all that. It's just, it's too much. It's too hard for me, what with taking care of my dad and everything. So I'm just like, I can do it on the spot and I can do it pretty quick and it's good enough. So it is it's about 37 inches. So 3 feet and an inch. 37. So that's actually, I mean, that's if you're going all the way. That's if you're going all the way to this dangle, right? And so if you were not doing that, I would call it, let's take 4 inches out of there, 32 inches, 32-inch waist, okay? But something like this, if I was younger, I would just own it. And then, someone would come along and I would offer it to them, or I would, if I was younger, I'd be wearing it. But you don't see them that often. And I know the findings are newer. So that's why I go with the 70s. It's not the 50s. And, I could be wrong, but most 50s, the things that connect the rings, the findings are of better quality. So I just don't buy it. Beautiful, shiny, gold tone, wrapped looking metal. Yeah. Catching on things. And it's really shiny. There you go. Okay. It's going back in the bag. It's going back in the bag. Where is the bag? There's the bag. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. Okay. Yes, and don't forget that I don't do a recap. So if you came in late, do the fast forward in the wheel, drop in the chat what you're interested in. And don't forget that I and Miss Fabulous Dandy are going to be doing our fun Friday playtime, y'all. We have so much fun. And Dandy is so sweet. She is so sweet. We just have a blast. Okay. Now, this, I just picked it up yesterday. I ran out because that's what I do. It is definitely contemporary. I didn't, excuse me. Sorry. I didn't do any research on this. And it's not something I know anything about. It says what I believe is BOHM on its hang tag. I'll show you that I hold on. What just happened? Nothing. Okay. Uh-oh. There you go. There you go. BOHM. Don't know anything about it. It's contemporary, but what I loved about it was the length, the colors, and the beads. And so let me put this BOHM necklace, and I am going to start this at 25. So let's put that in. Okay. First off, let me show you how long it is. And all the color variation. Hold on. There you go. So it's long. And here's what is so fun. I get that this is modern, but the beads, these are glass. Oh, Lord. Okay. There's little gold tone flowers on a gold tone chain, and these are glass beads. This little, that's almost like some type of agate, maybe, fairly common. There's like a clear, and then there's this orange glass bead, and it's got a lot of swirls, and it's orange. This is the only thing that I believe this is not coral, that's plastic, okay? But it's the only one. It has the flower, and then you see the wire wrap. Here's this beautiful, this is showing up orange. It's a brownie, dark orange. Just want to show you all the beads. Here's an AB coated with the wraps and the flower. Is it real gold? I have no idea. Is it potentially plated, electroplated with something? Maybe. This is real beads. So this little one is a real bead. So it looks like a type of coral. This is a real bead with a little bit of faceted. It's not plastic. I love this bead. And this is dark orange. Okay, that's dark orange. This thing is blowing it out. I have to do research in ring lights and figure out why that's happening. Why is that happening? It happens to me all the time. There's another with several hanging beads. This too is glass. It is not plastic. Then you have this, and we come back to the clasp. It is long. It is long. Thank you for bearing with me and showing you that. It is beautiful. Okay, I'm going to have to stand up for this one, y'all. Get a little bit more exercise in for the day. There you go. It is long. It is down to above my belly button, but below everything else. Long. Could you double it? You could double it if you unclasped it first and then put it on, and that would give it, more of that definition instead of that kind of faux flapper look. But it's really beautiful. I will, in fact, be researching it later. But all in all, it's just a striking contemporary necklace. I like the colors. I like the beads. So that's why I picked it up. And it needs to go in a bag. I just got it and it's not in a bag. So it's going in a bag right now. Unacceptable. Thank you all for being here and looking. Now, you remember these? I'm pretty sure I still have this up here. Yes, I do. You remember Keep in mind these little gold flowers. Okay, here's a better one. Or gold look, gold look. Because I'm going to show you something that I showed you, I believe on Friday. Maybe it was Wednesday, but I'm going to show it to you. Sorry. Because it has a very similar flower going on. And no maker's mark that I can find. But I'm going to start these at, I'm going to start these, hold on. Sorry. I get a lot of allergies at my dad's house. There's my pierced at 14. So I could not find a maker on here. There's some kind of potential symbol worn off back here. Don't know. What I loved about these is that they're pierced ears. Never find that. Gold tone, possibly real gold with earrings. They often will coat the wire with gold because so many people have allergies to metals. But look at this. Look at the little gold flowers. I think they're like exactly the same. And they're very tiny. Do I know if this is actual tiger's eye? I don't think so. No. It doesn't have the right qualities. And then when you turn it like that, you see how you can see the milky glass and the brown throughout in there. I think it's just beautiful glass. I think it's just beautiful glass. And they're just teeny tiny, dainty little pierced earrings. Really nice. And I mean dainty. I'm not even going to measure them. The drop might be altogether half an inch. Hey, Earthbound, how's it going? So these, did I not put my starting bid? Well, that was just silly. I thought I did. Sorry about that. Hi, Earthbound. How's it going today? So I believe these are glass. I believe they're from the same maker because the flowers are just so similar. Pierced earrings, 14. Tiny. Look at, talking tiny. Yep. So, good for you. Good gift. Young teenage girl who, still you want her to wear just smaller earrings. They'd be very pretty on her. So, Earthbound, how's it going tonight? On the we're just going to stay on the earring. I found these Saturday. And I love them. Sorry, y'all. I have to do this myself. So just bear with me. And yes, when I say I have to, I'm not like saying, oh, poor me. I'm just saying it takes me a minute longer. Okay. These are vintage. I looked them up. I tried to find something similar in any way. I got close with the blue, like cabochon glass stones, but that's it. So, yeah, they are pierced earrings. This is a modern back. Okay, this is a modern back that someone put on there because earring backs get lost all the time. It's a nice long back. And then it has this beautiful stamped design, which says to me quality, but there's no maker. So that's, and all I could find were similar blue stones, but not these exact earrings, and they have this green rhinestones with a faux pearl in the middle. Starts at 19. This is kind of going, yeah, I could relate to that. And they're beautiful. And like I say, I don't find vintage pierced. I just, they're always clip on because it wasn't common that you pierced your ears. And so, hold on. The blue is stones. The green is stones. The pearl is, I believe, faux. But look. Hold on. Let me take this away and show you. And then try to show you. See that? The rhinestones glow. So that helps to date it. It's not the glue, it's the stones, because the pearl, the pearl in the middle also glows, but that's the glue. But the stones, the green stones glow because they have uranium in them. I suspect these were made in another country. That's what I'm thinking. I think they're gorgeous. And there you go. There you go. So 19, yeah, Earthbound. My day is fibro flare, anxiety, emotions. I'll catch up to myself by tomorrow. Luckily, I've been doing a lot of pre-preparing, and I did a lot of self-care over the weekend. So I don't need like a long time to catch up to myself, which is fantastic because I just don't have the space for that. So, okay, I have, about 10 jewelry items left, I guess. This little guy, see, this is where we get into this. Whole little thing that I've been on with carved mineral type stone animals. Here's another one. And this one is a bead. So he's meant to hang on a pendant. He is a green and white on the bottom. And the blue and white again, like the cat that I showed. Lapis lazuli on the top. The green and white on the bottom. Some type of one of these mineral stones. Y'all, I'm sorry. I know I don't, that's all I know. So he is carved. He's got his head, his nose, his eyes are cut out. There's where you would put him on a necklace. He's got so the top was put on the bottom, right? He's got his tail and his little feet. And he's just fun. And you know, you could put him on a necklace. Let me put him like this. Or you could just add him to your collection of carved rock, varying stones, onyx, quartz, marble critters. I don't think I'd wear him. I think I'd put him. I have a collection of little critters, and I think I'd put him with my little critters. He's just adorable. He's adorable. He is almost, well, with his tail, he's 1.5 inches long. 1.5 inches long and 3/4 of an inch wide. And because of the stones that he is made of, he's older, not super old, but older, maybe 15 years, maybe 10. And he would cost more than $12 in a store. Oh, Patsy knows. Patsy knows. He's so cute just hanging out on my hand. Someone take a screenshot of me and my turtle. That's going to be my thumbnail. Me and my turtle. He's my new friend, Tommy. Except he's going to be Patsy's friend. Okay. So, fair warning. If anyone else is interested, you would need to come in at 13 or higher for this little Tommy the turtle. Okay. Thank you, Patsy. Really, squishy brain days are no fun. So I don't know. Thank you so much, Patsy. You'll enjoy him. I don't know how many of you know, but most people do by now know about fibromyalgia. But when you're, you know, in more of a flare or you're starting to go into it, you get like brain fog, just like you do with so many other things, you know, PTSD, anxiety, any kind of pain, migraines, you get like a brain fog. So when I say squishy brain, it means I'm just having like a brain fog. And I'm so used to it now that I just keep rolling. But after this live, I will roll myself down to bed and watch someone else's sale and just relax. Okay. So, this is just a fun, basic thing. Let me put the starting bit in. If I can possibly do that. There you go. Solid copper cuff. And it's actually very shiny. It is showing not shiny, maybe when I put it on. There you go, shiny. It's got a little bit of its patina. I don't clean anything. It's a very wide cuff. And it's just copper. It's just simple. But that's cool. That's fantastic because that gives it its own elegance, right? To just be a simple, I'm wearing a copper cuff. And its widest, it is 2 inches long. Or, yeah, long, not wide. And in the back, at its shortest, it is almost 1.5. And I do not think this was mass produced. I think this was someone's artisan piece. There you go. And it goes, I have small wrists. Without me adjusting anything, it goes on easy peasy. Here it looks over here with my, what I believe is Bakelite with brass inserts and a early plastic marbling bracelet. Here it is. It's big. It's kind of like superpowers, but it would be really elegant all by itself. And because it's so loose, just going on like that, I'm a lady's small wrist, so this would fit with just a little bit of stretching, a medium. And I have a hard time finding medium bracelets or cuffs. They're always small. Meow Sparkles. Meow. Hello. I like Meow Sparkles. I like your name. So, Meow, thank you for asking that question. You do not need to register, but if you bid on an item and you win, then you need to send me by the time the sale is over your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address with zip code, so I know you're shipping, and your PayPal email address. And I need to get it at the email on the screen before my sale is over or the item goes back up. And that's it. So that's registering. Just send me an email, okay? And Meow, I don't do recaps. So I went over in the beginning a smattering of household items, and I'm about halfway through my vintage jewelry today. So if you're curious in what that was I've shown before, you would need to go to the little wheel and do speed setting and put it on 2.0 and fast forward and see if there's any item or items that you're interested in and drop it in the chat for me, please. Or if you re-watch later, send me an email. I generally will hold the items for each sale for 2 days, and after that, the prices change. I might bundle them. I might keep something, and they may no longer be available, but you can still try. R&R. Hey, R&R. How's it going? So, again, this is just a 2-inch wide copper cuff. I'm sure artisan made, $18. There's some patina on it. I don't polish anything. It would cost more than $18 just to get the copper. And it will fit a lady's medium. Becky, hey, Becky girl, we need to get together on a Wednesday soon. I know you're so busy. I don't know if you can fit me into your busy life anymore. So it is almost 2 3/4 inches in the opening without me doing anything. So, and I'm a small wrist. So like I said, it's a little loose on me. It will fit up to a medium. 18. 18. There you go. There's the shine. That's what I like to see. Becky. Good, R&R. Yeah, Becky, I need to talk to you. We need to try to put a Wednesday on the books. That would be lovely. I haven't hung out, seen you, or talked to you in a while. Okay. So, I'm going to bring this because I like bringing these. This is an older one. This is not a repop. I know that because of where I got it. Okay. So I'll tell you what it is in a minute. I'm just telling you they are remaking these. I believe in Africa. Just, I don't know, in the last couple of years, something like that. But I know that this is not that because I got it up where I live at my homestead. at this little tiny church's barn sale, and it's all mostly very old families with some, newer transplants to the area, obviously. But based on that, I'm pretty sure it is the older one. My grandma used to make these in the 60s. The paper mache beads. Now, I could be totally wrong, and it could be the modern repop. It is the paper mache. Oh, starting bid is 13. I hope you all are enjoying my sale today. I hope you're having a fabulous Wednesday. So it is these paper mache, that's paper, tiny strips of paper rolled and rolled and rolled, and then glued and macheted together with blue spacer beads. And this one's incredibly long. I had a bunch of these at Christmas, and they weren't selling and they weren't selling. And then I finally started saying, well, listen, y'all, you can put this as a garland around your bottle brush trees, and they're absolutely beautiful. And so then I wrapped them around the bottle brush trees and actually showed people how that looked. They sold immediately. So you can wear them. You can double them. This one is all blues and greens with a hint of brown. Or you can use them as garlands around your tree at Christmas. This one seems to be on a kind of metal wire. So, with that said, this being on a metal wire and not being on string like the ones that my grandma made in the 60s and the ones that I had last year around Christmas, I'm going to change my mind and say that it is the ones that are being made over in Africa. Okay. I'm going to change my mind because it's on the metal wire, and those were not on metal wire. And I don't believe it was redone. Look how long it is. And I'm going to drop the price by $3. So it is $10 now. Doesn't mean that there's something wrong with it because it was made over in Africa and it's, modern. Doesn't mean that at all. It just means that I can't say that it's vintage. And so I'm just going to drop the price by $3. So you can double it, put it on, and it's a very unique statement piece. People are like, what is that? And you're like, it's rolls of paper. And they're like, what? What are you talking about? Explain that to me. Oh, how cool. Or you could wear it long, 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 right? Okay. And it's long, y'all. I mean, I don't know. I'm going with about 2.5 to 3 feet long. I love stuff like this because someone's sitting down and rolling all these beads after cutting up all the paper. The amount of work that goes into this, and then I sell it for $10. It took someone, God knows how many hours to make these things. So, there you go. Okay. Thought I'd try it and see what happens. You never know. I don't know who's here. I don't know what people want. That's another thing on Fridays when I do my casual show and tell. I don't have a preset, like rigid kind of plan. And people are always welcome on Fridays to put in, hey, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, And it just kind of it helps me, and then I know what you're looking for, and we can just get to it. Okay, this is a starting bid of 23. And remember, on Friday, me and Dandy are going to play. We're going to have 4 hours on my channel. 4 hours on my channel together. And then she's going to roll over onto her channel and carry on with just her and her stuff. I'm telling you, she's younger than me, and she goes for hours. She has a blast. Okay, so these I do not see maker. It's possible. Hold on. They're copper earrings, so hold on. Like I told everyone, I'm starting to run out of my personal stash of these. Oh, nope. There's a maker. Oh, good Lord. It's so hard to... Yes. Okay. They are Renoir. I figured they would be. The maker's mark, it's so tiny. It's right there on that little bar. You have to get a magnifying glass to make it out. Usually the Renoir is on the whole thing and it's not raised up, so it's easy for me to read. But these are Renoir copper clip-ons. Why? See if I move my ring light. Ooh, that helped. This one wants to show that it's copper. There you go. There you go. There you go. Raised circles. Really nice geometric design. Early 1950s, sometimes late 30s, like late 30s. These ones are very cool pattern. Oh, yes, Becky, you guys got you and Kathy and Dandy. Got to hang out and go shopping. I'm jealous. One day I'll come hang with y'all. So these are, if you look up Renoir or you know Renoir, look how pretty they are. Really good. Renoir, Matisse. I like copper. Copper and plastic. Copper and plastic. And the other thing you can do with these, I always talk about it, is because they're clip-ons, wear them as shirt clips. Boom. Instant elevation. That's my word of the day. Instant elevation. my phrase of the day. Yep. Oh, and Muppets last week came up with what I'm sure she's like, I'm sure someone else has come up with that before. And yeah, probably. She was talking about, and I thought it was genius, you could just clip these on a chain and then you have a necklace. And I thought, well, that's cool. Why not? Of course, the other option is this, but these are Renoir. I mean, these are, so Renoir is just one of those costume jewelry, high end, that retains its value. They never wear, it doesn't go out of style. I mean, it's just one of those high-end costume jewelry right at the end of like is it the arts and crafts movement I'm thinking of? Was that was after Art Deco, right? So I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about here, but you know how my brain is today, y'all. So kind of that whole, his whole shape, his whole kind of simplistic yet popping design comes out of that era. Look at that. Okay, 23, putting them down. Moving on. Wednesdays are fast. So if anyone's come in and your meow is interested Patsy, I'm gonna take a minute here. Patsy, I rely on you. Ever since the first time I sold with Trisha, and at the end of this night, you were like, Lucinda, I love your educational talks. But I want you to let Trisha go to bed. So I rely on my girl Patsy over here to put in all caps and yell at me and tell me what's going on. God bless you, Patsy. Now you got me laughing. Thank you. Okay. Good Lord. Okay. I will get it together. Okay. Meow. Okay. All right, Becky. So meow. So meow. I'm actually totally willing to sell all of them. I am taking a loss, and that's okay because I love red glass. I want to move them. So they were available for $40 for all 7. Meow. Do you want all 7 or do you just want a few of them? Let me know. And I'm going to check on the email real quick. So everyone have a sip of your water, take a breather, whatever you need to do while I check this out and see what's going on. Okay. And meow. Yes, all 7 for $40. I paid $6 a piece. Okay. So, well, 7 times 6. So I'm making $4. But that's okay. Now, meow, I still don't have your information. So I'm going to check if it went to my junk because that happens. And then I'm just going to put you down for the glasses and presume, meow sparkles, what a great name. Presume that that it's going to come in. And you know, the other thing about these glasses, they're divine. And I was going to keep them because I love red glass. And they're just lovely, heavy duty glasses. I am going to presume that you're going to get the email to me. So I'm going to put in, and I will hold them until tonight. And then I'm putting them back in there. Putting them back this time means putting them back at my homestead up in Mendocino County. I'm going to use them. I love the color red. I love the red glass. The Cape Cod Avon doesn't bother me at all. I love it. Thank you, meow. Sold to you. $40. 7 of them. Yay. I just had this feeling. I was like, you know, I need to bring those out again. Well, look what happened. Thank you. Thank you. Patsy, thank you for yelling at me. Good Lord. Yes, welcome, meow. And just make sure to get the email over to me. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm gonna do you remember everyone, Wednesdays until 2025 is when I bring, you know, a little more, well, not a little more contemporary, because I bring contemporary on Fridays too. But I do bring maybe a little more contemporary, and I bring you know, a lower, for the most part, lower priced. Not entirely, like I just brought the Renoir, right? And that was not cheap, but in essence, and then some household items. So this is really pretty. It is totally contemporary. It is crackled glass. Let me write it down here. multi-strand. Patsy's yelling at me. I feel honored when you yell at me. Okay. Let me put the starting bit in. So feel free to yell at me anytime, Patsy. Okay. There is no maker's tag on here. It is 3 strands. These are all glass. Let me show you. What is it that drives me nuts? I don't know why it's getting washed out. So here is this blown glass bead. Clear with like a silver frosting inside. Let me get this right. This. Okay, hold on. I have one other idea about this. I think there's something about this time of day. There you go. And the sunlight. Now let me scoot back over to you all. Hold on. The challenges. Oh, the challenges. And I have to work with the space I have here at my dad's. So there is a crackle glass right here. There's this gorgeous crackle. Then there is this. And this is not AB coated. It's simply a cut bead, cut glass. It's not coated. Okay. And then there is the clear with like a kind of inside spritzing of silver fleck. It might be paint, but it might just be a fritz. It's hard to tell. And each one is the same, but the silver ones, which just are not showing up very well, why, I don't know, are each a little bit individual. And it comes down to this on the bottom. This is, of course, should be like that. There you go. So it's what you call like illusion, right? And I hope you can see that in YouTube better than it's showing up here. But they're really gorgeous glass beads. That's what attracted me to this, is the glass beads. And if I was to put this on, it is like that. So the longest strand is right at my collarbone. The shortest strand is not clutching around my neck. And it would look great with like a white cotton shirt or a jean jacket. Really pretty. Contemporary. I don't know, how old. I didn't do any research on this. For all I know, this is like a higher end maker. And, I don't know. I don't know. But the beads are heavy and they're just gorgeous. Okay. 16. Putting it down. Knowing that the bottom one hits me right about here says to me that it's about 16 inches at the longest. And here, 12 or 13. Okay. Okay. If anyone has a request of a particular thing, I'm here because I want copper. I'm here because I want Japanese beads. I'm, whatever. Let me know. Okay. I am going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 more items. So if there's any requests, or if you go through the little bar and you see something else, like Meow did and Patsy yelled at me about, now is the time to do it. Now is the time to put it in the chat. Okay. Sorry, making up my next sheet. Okay, so this is a choice. 3 different pairs of earrings. One of which is modern, one of which seems like 1980s to me, and one of which says made in Hong Kong. So it seems like probably, I think with the style, it's 70s, Hong Kong, I think 70s. So this is going to be starting bid choice of $7. $7. Okay. So I believe that the bottom of these are dyed wood. These would actually look very pretty with the particular oversized t-shirt I'm wearing right now. It's kind of the same colors. Didn't even think about it. Instead, I'm wearing these kind of butterflied plastic 70s earrings. So this is one choice. No idea the maker. Silver tone. Maybe 1.5 inch drop. This is what I believe to be 80s. Could be also late 70s because of the subject matter. But this was fairly common also in the 70s. They are long. See, it's just a gold tone, cheaper stamped back. And then the front is, oh, it's actually stone. Now that surprises me. I wouldn't have thought that. This stone painted roses and what is that? Sage maybe? Not sure. In a heart. So yeah, that's stone. I thought that was plastic until I tapped it on my tooth. I'm very surprised by that. And since it's stone, I bet those are hand painted. They're different. They're not the exact same. Yeah. So, but the metal, they cheaped out on the metal. And they're longer. I would say they're about 3 inches. Very surprised these are stone. Really pretty. And the last pair is the pair that says Hong Kong. And they are, the first 2 were wire hanging earrings. These are clip. And these say Hong Kong. And they're black plastic with that flashy inlaid silver hoops. Really light. Going right back into, the end of the disco era. Still kind of in it. When people wore jewelry like this all the time. Really pretty. Really shiny. Just simplistic. Lever back clip-on. Made in Hong Kong earrings. And these are about 1 inch. That I have a, there you go. Very pretty. Very simple. Weigh absolutely nothing. Yeah. Oh, well, okay, Becky. God bless you, Becky. I'm quite sure it's ceramic. So pottery is a kind of stone, but not really. Becky, thank you. Sometimes I say something and then I rewatch, like a week later, and I think, my God, what in the heck did I say? It's hard to talk for hours and hours, y'all. Becky, ceramic. Sounds perfect, okay? But they tap on my teeth like polished stone. And ceramic, like pottery and ceramic, wouldn't have quite the same feeling, but jewelry ceramic probably would. So I'm going with my gal Becky. That they're ceramic. I can't. Forgive me, y'all. I never mean to be misleading, and I say this every time I come on. Okay, I tell you that 80% I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's 90 or 95%, but there's that 20%, or on the subjects I know really well, that 5% where I haven't done my research or I just can't fully find out enough. And I say something, but it's not right. And if that ever happens and you receive an item from me and it is not what I said and you are unhappy, you email me and we will work it out. I'll either have you send it back and refund the money, drop the price, whatever. But I'm not here to be dishonest. So if anything ever happens and you're not satisfied, you let me know, okay? And I mean it, because I'm not doing that. I'm not about that in any way. Thank you, Becky. Okay, showed this last week, showing it again. I really like this. I was surprised that it, I was surprised, but that's okay. I'm often surprised. So those, I was asking choice 7. Choice, okay. This is starting bid. Yep, and then there goes my 5-0. So perfect timing. This is a starting bid of 19. It is a silver tone. I think late 80s, 90s clamper. Small, ladies, small. The hinge construction is very different than the ones in the 50s and 60s. Still very strong. And it is a layered, it is not gold. It is silver. Silver. I hope it's showing silver in YouTube. And I hope I haven't been freezing constantly. I changed to a different internet connection here at my dad's, so I hope. It is silver. Here's the front. And these are raised cut glass stones. That is black glass. It is not plastic. It's really nice. It sparkles a lot. There is a little bit of scratching. Is scratching the right word? No. It's not. It's not scratched. But you see that right there? It's where when they put the other metal on top of whatever the base metal is, sometimes it gets a little bubbles after a while, if you will. But there's no scratches. And I haven't bothered polishing this or any of the rest of it. Here's the inside. It's a very firm I'll put it on. It's a ladies small. Y'all, 4-minute warning if you want to go through and see what I've brought so far, and if there's anything that you're interested in, like meow, please let me know. Here you go. It's really nice on. Look at that. See the sparkle? But it is a small. And in this case, when I say small, because I'm small, it's the tail end of small, like the 6 inches small. Do y'all know how to measure your wrist? So the way you measure your wrist for bangle size, you take a piece of paper, just a strip of paper, cut it out, and wrap it tightly around this part of your wrist, right below your the little bone here. And then when the 2 ends come together, take that exact measurement, how many inches it is, and then you can look up, oh, my wrist is 6.5 inches. Oh, my wrist is 8 inches. Oh, my wrist is 9 inches. And then you'll know if you're a lady small, medium, or large, or men's small, medium, large, or extra large. But here's what I'm going to tell you. I rarely see a large bracelet, let alone an extra large, unless you're talking like chains, that are like gold or silver or, So, but that's how you can figure out the size of your wrist if you don't already know. So there you go, 19. So I've got 2 more items, and we're going to call it a day. And I appreciate everyone who's been here with me all this time very much, and everyone who's helped me and yelled at me. This is and this is going to be, this is modern also, and then I'm going to show like the last vintage / modern set that I put together. This was interesting and still is interesting to me. And people out there, I'm sure, collect this. It is, oh Lord, I need my light back. It is, oh good Lord, come on, a BJ, and on the back is the actual full name. Something Jensen. Okay. BJ, and then try it again. No, I can't. There. Oh, Betsy Johnson. Betsy Johnson. Did I not put my starting bid in? Okay, y'all. It's in now. 14. It has about a 3-inch extender that the clasp is currently in. It's got its hang tag, Betsy Johnson. And I mean, I guess this is a thing. It's got like this little enamel copper. I don't know if that's a cat or an owl. All right. I do not know. And then let me get this over here. So these are like little charms. And I actually looked this up, and these go for 20 plus. And some of them don't, and they come with all these little charms. And then I guess you can add charms, and some of them were missing some of the charms. I don't know, because I don't know this kind of jewelry. Here's the little rose charm enamel. Here is a little, hold on. This is a pink rhinestone. Isn't it? No, it's a clear. This is a clear rhinestone. And it is supposed to be on here, even though it's gold. And then there is this rhinestone charm. Like that. It's open in the back. So I mean, and there's one little thing here where, see, there's a charm that's lost. But I don't know. I mean, that's what it is. And what I like about it is this. That's what I like. So honestly, if this was me, because I make jewelry and I know how to take it apart and do all kinds of things with it, I would probably keep the chain and I would take these little doodads off and I would put this on something else entirely for $14. And that's what I would do with it. That's what I would do with it. And then, you know, it is, I shouldn't have worn such a big shirt when I'm trying to show jewelry. That is not helpful. That is not helpful. It is going to drop right about here. So I'm going to say it's probably, because of the pendant, probably 18. And the extender, right? 7, 12. And the extender is 3, 15. So 15 inches, 16 inches with the drop, with the extender. And so 24 inches around. Okay. And it's just a modern thing. I don't know anything about Betsey Johnson. I know when I look this up, people are asking a lot more than 14. That's all I know about that. Okay. So this is a little set I put together. 2-minute warning that the sale is going to close, y'all. This is a little set I put together of a modern and an old piece. And it's my last item of the day. And the starting bid is $35. So this was the tag that the earrings were on. These are artisan made. Dyed orange with some kind of cut white stone. No idea what. On gold wires. These are real pearls, potato pearls, as they call them, natural pearls, dyed orange. They're a bright orange. There you go. And then with that is the orange bracelet with the little gold spacers in between, gold tone. This is a small, I can tell you by looking at it. And then I put in there, to make it a whole set, because it absolutely matches, a made in Japan in the 50s. These are, hold on. I want to see if any of them are glass. Hard to tell. No, I don't think so. I think they're all plastic with the. Bye, Becky. Thank you for coming. This made in Japan, orange, pink, and light pink 2-strand choker. So it goes really, I mean, the colors together are perfect. So you have this with this. See what I mean? Look at that. And this. It's a whole set. Colors are perfect together. So that's what I brought today. I put it together, a couple days ago. Oh, no, dude. I have to deal with this. Nope, that's not right. Hold on. Bye. Sorry I showed it. Hide. And I want to, I'm the mod. How come I can't click in here? There you go. Ban. There you go. There you go. Sorry about that. They're gone. Okay. So that's everything I have today, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me for 2.5 hours. I did my best to go through very fast, very rapidly. I sold a few things. I had a great time. And I will just say I really appreciate, again, all of you. You're my community. You're my peace of mind. You're my place to go and be somewhere besides, in this house with my father for over 2 years and, 2.5 years. And before that, a year as my mother was ill and then passed. So it's been a long time that I've been here and haven't been in my own home, in my own life. So all of you brighten up my day and just give me in a way space. Thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you could possibly know. So if you see anything on the replay, there's my email and meow. I will look for your email. I will be invoicing this weekend. So know that. And Friday, 2 days from now, 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, me and Dandy on my channel, 4 hours of jewelry madness, y'all. Dandy often brings crystals or other little fun things, Come check us out. We have a good time. We have a good time and we have the best chat going on. So go to my page, look at my thumbnail, turn on your notification, let me know. And I'm trying to hit, last but not least, I am trying to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm going to start filling up this jar with miscellaneous things. When I get 500, this jar will be full. It'll probably be 6 to 8 pounds, and I will pull a winner. Okay. Hope to see you on Friday. I hope everyone has a fabulous rest of their week and a wonderful evening. Okay. Good night.